Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Y'all, we are going to do some really economical, budget-friendly, springtime paper crafting. Stay tuned. So for everyone who stopped by to watch this video, welcome. I really do appreciate the fact that you are choosing to spend a portion of your day with me. And I think that you are really going to enjoy today's project. So I'm going to hold this up and hopefully not get the glare from my camera. This is small, but it is crazy cute and crazy easy to make. And the beauty of it is we make the entire jacket for this out of one piece of 12 by 12. So I'm going to open this so that you can see exactly what we have. So what we have is a mini journal. And I know that if you're like me, you love having notebooks and journals that you can jot things down in. And now that we know how to make these, we can make them in all sizes and as cute as we want. So what I've done is I have used that one 12 by 12 to create the journal jacket and the wraparound pockets. So unique, and you're going to love making this project. And then I cut down some of the printer pages so that we could have a cute interior to match this absolutely adorable exterior. So this makes a great gift. It's a great keeper if you want to keep it. And it would also be a pretty good item to have on your craft fair table. So y'all know what time it is. It is time to make it. So here is a look at our project up close. And you can see that we have these awesome note pages that we made using our printer paper. Then we have two pockets, front and back. And in those pockets, I just tucked in some little cut aparts. So this is just an awesome way to make an inexpensive little notebook, but we make it look like it came from a boutique. So here is what we're going to need to make it. So here is what we're going to use to make our project. Very simple, but oh so wonderful. We have two pieces of medium weight chipboard that measure 4.5 by 4.5. And if you don't have chipboard, please use whatever you have that can give you the consistency of a hardboard. Then I have 25 sheets of some printer paper that I have cut to this size, and that is 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. And you can see that I'll have that consistent look throughout. And then I'm using this absolutely beautiful 12 by 12 decorative cardstock from Echo Park, and the name of the cardstock is Victoria Gardens. The SKU is 36211240079. This paper was given to me by my sister Denise. She has searched high and low looking for this paper because I wanted more of this paper and she's not able to find it. So good luck to you guys who may want to go out and try to search for this paper because it is absolutely gorgeous. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our paper and we're going to trim it to 12 by 11, and we're going to keep this strip because we'll be using it as the pocket border. Then I am going to put it on my scoreboard and we're going to make a score, and I am going to make that score. And so we'll be making a score at 6.5 inches. And then I'm just going to take this and fold it on that score and then burnish that score mark. So now we're going to have a piece that looks like this. I am going to have the smaller portion of this, the smaller side of the score is going to be at the top, and I'm going to take my two pieces of 4.5 by 4.5 inch medium weight chipboard, and I am just going to place those down. So when I place these down, I'm going to place them down so that they land right on that score mark. So they're butting up against that score mark. And when I put my second piece down, I'm going to put it down, giving myself about 1/2 inch in spacing. So now that we have this, I am going to come over to the edge here at the score mark, and I'm just going to do an angle cut. And then I'll also notch out here to give myself a V, and I'll come over to the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing. And this piece here is just going to fold over just like this. So now I'm going to take this piece and we're just going to fold it over, going all the way down like that. Then I'll take this piece and we're going to do the same thing. So we're pulling it in and folding it over like that. And so now I'll take my tape and I'm going to place tape all the way down the side. And then I'll lift this piece. And I'm going to take this and fold it over just like that. Use my big old spatula to get everything nice and stuck. And I'll do the same thing over here, but first I'm just going to trim away a little bit. And I'll take my tape and I'm going to place my tape down that side flap. And then I can peel away that tape. And I can fold this over. And so here's what we need to do next. We are going to go ahead and place our tape on this inside chipboard. And I don't have my wide tape in here, so I am going to go ahead and just use my skinny tape. And this is 1/2 inch. And just place tape to cover that chipboard. Super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and use my spatula to make sure that I have that tape stuck inside of the spine area. Then what we're going to do, we're actually going to take this piece and fold it over. That is how we get the inside liner for this little book. But before we do that, I am simply going to take a ruler and place my ruler right on the edge of the chipboard. And then I'm just going to angle it in just a little bit. And then I'll trim. And then I'll do the same thing over here. So I'm going to take my ruler, place my ruler right there on the edge, angle in just a little bit, and then I'll trim. And so now what we've done is we have just cleaned up how we're going to fold this over. So now we can take our tape, and I am just going to place a strip of tape on this edge. And I'll place a strip of tape on this edge. So what I've done is I have placed my tape on the edges of the wide part that's left over, not this narrow part here. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove all of my tape backers. And then we're going to do our fold over. So now we can take this piece and we're simply going to fold it over just like that. Now you might not have all of your chipboard covered, and that's okay, because we have a pocket that is actually going to cover that. So what I'm doing now is I am making sure that I get my spine nicely defined. And then I'm just going to stand this up and fold over that spine just like I did there. So now you can see we've got a beautiful outside to this book. So then we'll take this part, fold it up, and this is how we're going to get those pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and just crease those like that. So now when I crease it, I'm going to have that fold line that was coming straight down here. I am going to angle in here and angle in over here to create my pocket. And then I am just going to trim off a little, and I'm going to have this piece that I'm going to bring up to close that loop at the bottom. So I am just going to take this inside piece here. I have that little bit of a tail right there, and I'm just going to angle in just a little so that I can reduce that in size just a little bit so you can see how that looks. Now I can take my glue and I'm going to place this up into that spine. And so now I can take these pieces and we can fold them up, but before I do, I am going to go ahead and just cut off a piece of that 1-inch strip that was left over. I'm going to fold it in half. You can place it in your scoreboard if you like. And then I'm going to put it down, and then I'll be topping that pocket with that piece. So what I'm going to do is take my scissors and just angle in a little, hoping to kind of mirror the angle that's on this pocket. And so I am going to do it just a little bit more. And so all I did was basically try to match up how I angled that pocket. So now I can take my glue and I'm going to place my glue down. We'll put this topper on, and we're going to put toppers on both sides. So I've got that first topper. Let's go ahead and get that nice and smooth. Then I'll take my scissors, trim away that excess. I'll take this pocket, run glue along the edge, and fold that up. And now I have a sweet little pocket. I'm going to use my big old spatula just to make sure I have everything nice and stuck with that pocket. And so now I'll take this piece and I'll do the same thing. So I'm just going to fold it up, bring in that scrap piece, fold that piece in half, place it here, but again I want to mirror or try to mirror that angle. So I just snipped on the end at an angle just like that. Then I'm going to put it down, and I can see that my angle is a little bit too deep, so I'm going to do it again. And you can see that I made another cut. That one is much better, so I've got a better match up when I put that down. So I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on this piece, and we'll put this down right there. And now we'll take this and just make sure that we have a nice stick. And then I'll use my scissors, trim off that excess, take my glue, and I'm going to place glue on the end there. And I'll use my big old spatula to make sure that I have everything nice and stuck. And just like that, guys, we have this beautiful bifold jacket that we made using one piece of 12 by 12 decorative cardstock and 2 pieces of 4.5 by 4.5 chipboard. So now I am going to bring in my papers, and I'm going to figure out how I actually want these to sit on the inside. So I think I want them on the inside like this. So that means I'm going to place my glue on this side. I'm going to bring in my clips. And this is going to be very easy, very quick. I'm going to use my glue, place some glue dots, and I'm going to place a pretty good amount of glue. And I'm going to get this saturated. I'm going to remove my clips, and I'm going to take this, and when I place it, I'm going to be placing it right in the center of that spine. So I'm going to take this and place it down and hold it in place until it sets up. I am going to press down, look at it from the back to make sure it's nice and even. And this looks absolutely beautiful, my friends. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous little notebook. So now I'm going to close it and use my big old spatula just to go along that spine, helping that stick out. You want to make sure you have a good permanent stick on all of your pages before you really start to open this and lay it out flat. But you can see just how gorgeous of a book that is going to be. But I am going to give this time to dry before I really try to open it for you guys. So I'm just pressing down because I want a good stick. Now I'm going to close this, and I'm just going to let it dry. All right, guys, so then I'm going to take this sticker, and it says, "You are all together lovely." And I'm going to mount it to some pink cardstock, and I'm going to trim it out. Then I'm going to take this piece of pink, add some tape to the back, and I am going to attach it to a white piece, just so that it will stand out a little bit more. And I'll trim this. And now we can take this piece and put it on the front of our book. I am just going to use a little bit of my glue. Take this and put it down. And this book really is altogether lovely. So now when I open it up, you can see how pretty it is. It's not completely dry yet, so I'm not going to do a flip through because I need all of my pages to settle. But isn't this just absolutely fabulous? So what I'm going to do is I am going to just remove just a couple of my cut apart so that you can see how things are going to look in this pocket when we tuck in cut apart or two. And these pockets are also great if you have a note that you need to tuck in here when you're writing with this. But this is so cute, and I know that you guys are going to enjoy making these because this really is some of the most economical crafting. And we have to make those crafty dollars stretch, and this is one of the ways that you can do it. So we can take some of those decorative printer sheets, cut them down, use them as pages in our notebook. And then we have these sweet little notebooks that we can gift, keep, or sell. And again, if you change the paper, remember this is any season, any reason, any gender crafting that we do on the channel. So I am going to open both of these because I want you to see just how awesome these are. And you saw how simple they were to make. It will not take a whole lot of your stash to make this project. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick, and easy way that we can create yet another journal style to add to all of the wonderful styles we have made on this channel. And for me, I have to say that making this one was actually one of my favorites because I love the ease of making it. So I hope that you have liked this video. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.